10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Hello. Welcome to the EM Publishing Update. I'm Jessica. I'm the business manager here at EM Publishing. And this is just an hour for us to kind of hang out. If you have any questions, just pop them in the chat. And I'm just going to be talking through, telling you about what we've been up to, where we're at with like fulfillment, what our future plans are. We've got a Kickstarter currently live, so I'll tell you about that as well. And this is our first update we've done of the year. And I want to get back in the habit of doing these every month like we used to. So if you are not watching this live and you have a burning question you get to ask and you're watching on catch up, I will be here next month on the third Thursday of the month, so I'll see you there then. But for everyone that has joined us, thank you very much and welcome. I'll talk you through, I'll just jump straight in. So I'm going to start by talking through shipping and fulfillment updates. So if you are a backer or you order something from us, first of all, thank you very much for supporting us and doing that. And I'll let you know where we're at with everything. So starting off with the What's Old is New starter box set. This is a gorgeous box set. I'm so pleased with it. Fulfillment for this is now complete. So we did kind of 3 ways for this fulfillment. We started in November last year where we did the print on demand elements, all the different books. And then in December and January we were sending out to UK and European backers. And then in February we did wave 3 where we're sending out to Australian and also to US backers. So everyone should have their rewards by now. So if you haven't received your rewards, message us either on Kickstarter, the page, to let us know you're still waiting on your rewards so we can check that, for you. And as always, if you do have any questions, myself and Zim do all the customer service, and you can email us at admin@empublishingrpg.co.uk. Or if you get confused and do.com, that will also forward to us, so shouldn't get lost in the ether. But yeah, if you have any questions about your specific orders, you can get in touch with us there. But yeah, this fulfillment is complete. It should be out there. So I'm just waiting and checking that everybody has their orders, but we're planning next month to get this to retail. So if you missed the Kickstarter for this, it should show up in your friendly local gaming store pretty soon. We're speaking to our distributors and we're sending orders of boxes to them in the US and in the UK as well. And we're working on getting some in Australia as well, because I know you Australians sometimes don't get all the games at your gaming store, and I'm working on this year getting a local hub for us there, so it means we'll be able to have some at your local gaming stores, and also means we'll be able to bring down the prices on our website for shipping to you as well. So I'll update you as soon as we have that Australian hub open, and I'm very excited about us doing that. But yeah, so What's Old is New, completed it. That's what we've been doing early in this year. That's not the only box set that we've had as well. So we had the Level Up Advanced 5th edition box set. Oh, I actually have one of the few, hang on. There are only a few copies in existence. This is the sample production I have here, and I ran games of this at Aircon. So I'll put this here. So actually, let me spotlight it a bit so you can see a bit more in a bit more detail. So it's a gorgeous box set. On our YouTube page, we do have I can go through and open it up and have a play through it. So we have the copy of it there that you can take a look at, but we don't have it out to all the backers yet. So if you're backers, you're aware we originally were intending it being kind of March, April time for you to receive your rewards, but during the approvals process it took a little longer than we thought, because we got the first draft and there were some errors we spotted, so we had to update and change it, and that happened a second time as well. So we've really taken our time to make sure that this is correct and how we want it. With that, it took a little bit more time in the approval process to make sure we got it correct. Printing, if you check on the Kickstarter page, it will tell you that printing manufacturing is now complete, so we're now in the shipping stage. So we're just waiting for them to arrive at our warehouses, and then we'll be sending them out to you across the world. So I'm just waiting for confirmation of the specific port date that it will be in May, that boxes will be arriving at ports in the various countries, and then I'm going to do a Kickstarter update so that I'll be able to give you a specific date beyond just May, but we're planning at the kind of end of May to be sending out the rewards to everybody for these. Sadly, this does not mean that we won't have them available for retail at the UK Games Expo like we wanted, but that's just because we always want to make sure the Kickstarter backers receive their rewards before everyone else, and we want to put a delay on it going to retail, because I don't know about you, but for me, if I back something on Kickstarter and then before I receive my rewards I see it in a shop, that just doesn't feel great. I kind of feel like, oh, why did I bother? So that means we won't have it available at retail at the UK Games Expo. So but if you're a backer, you should be receiving it around that time, so you should be able to get your rewards by then. So that's the Level Up A5e box set. I've really enjoyed. So I'm a new BGM, as some of you that listen to the other podcasts we do would know, and I've been running Level Up for the public, for people that aren't my friends as a GM for the first time, and I've really been enjoying it because it comes with a smaller rule set, so it's got like a condensed quick reference version of the A5e rules, which is so great. And I ran at a convention. I chose the Valley of Misfortune because there's 3 adventures in this part, and I chose this one because it's kind of an exploration adventure, and it can be as long or as short as you want because there's just so many different encounters. It depends where people go. So I thought, it's really good for a one shot because we've all had those parties that spend like 2 hours on one encounter, which should take like 20 minutes, but they spend 2 hours on it. And there's always times when players like run through things really quick. So this adventure I really enjoyed running as a good one shot option. It is the second adventure in a 3-part. So if I was running it as a campaign at home, I would probably stretch this out to like 2 or 3 sessions, maybe, depending on how interested they were. And obviously I'd have run session 1 first for the background. But it works really well as a standalone one-shot. So I might run this at UK Games Expo if anyone wants to give it a play. So it's the Valley of Misfortune. So anyone else going to UK Games Expo this summer, I might run it there so you can have a look, and we'll have samples there that you can have a look at. So if you are a backer, you can, and haven't got your copy yet, you'll be able to kind of have a good look through. But we should be getting those out to you, leaving warehouses in May, which is next month, I realise now. But I'll be doing an update on Kickstarter soon. I'm just waiting for confirmation of port dates from various shipping people on those ones. But that's where we're at with that one. And again, do let me know if you have any questions in the comments, and I'll happily talk you through them. What else have we been doing? So as well as our various box sets, in January we ran the annual Gate Pass Gazette annual that we're doing every year now. So the 2022 annual was obviously run last year, January 2023. And if some of you may remember the OGL situation happening then. And for that reason, that book was done as a print-on-demand product, just because we wanted to really quickly get that out to backers in case any weird legal things happened. It didn't, it's all fine. But as a result of that, it meant it had to print on demand. The Gate Pass Gazette Annual 2023 is an offset print run, which we have finished manufacturing of, actually, and it's on its way to warehouses. We've actually been really quick with this fulfillment. The approval process went through really quickly. Unlike with the box set, this just ran really smoothly. So originally we were saying, we'll get books to backers in July, but actually it looks like it's going to be in May, because at the moment all the books are already in the UK at the warehouse. We've closed the backer kit, so we sent the data to both the warehouses. The books are due to arrive in the US next week, but then there'll be a couple of weeks where it has to get off the boat and clear customs, etc. So that's sometimes a little bit slower. But yeah, so we're thinking at the end of May we're going to start sending orders out. So backers will have their orders a little bit early. I have let everyone know on the Kickstarter. So if that is an issue for you, like if you were expecting it in July and you were moving or something odd like that, we will be sending out an address verification email from the warehouses to you directly for your specific order, letting you know roughly when you're going to receive it and where we're going to send it. So if you need to change it, you can at that point. But also, if you don't want to receive your order in May and you would like it in July as you expected, again, you can just send me an email. It'll probably be me that picks it up, Jess, to admin@empublishingrpg.co.uk or directly via Kickstarter, and let us know that you prefer it in July, and we'll just hold back your order and we'll send it to you later in July if you prefer. But most people have been very happy to get it early, so hopefully that's the same for you. Yeah, but the Gate Pass Gazette will be coming out to you next month, so I'm super excited to get that book out as well. It's got, you know, the ribbon bookmarks that you're used to, so it's all exactly the same print quality as all the other Level Up books that you're used to. So I'm really glad that collection's kind of come together for that one. So yes, that's what we've been doing with the Gate Pass Gazette. And of course, every month we've got the new online digital content. We're also putting all the data for the Gate Pass Gazette into our online system reference document, so third-party creators can use that. So we're updating their website, a5esrd.com, as soon as we get that information in. But yeah, we're making really good headway on that, because we're obviously paying some of our editors to go through and edit the content that we're going to have. We need to check with legal team that the stuff we're putting in is stuff we want to be open and available for everyone to use, and we need to get signatures from the writers that wrote the content as well, because originally when they wrote for the Gate Pass Gazette, they didn't know it was going to be the SRD, so we wanted to check with them all first before we put it out there. But that's all happening with the Gate Pass Gazette as well. So it's all going on with that. So I hope you enjoy getting your books next month, because we've been working really hard to make sure we can get them to you. And then just this month, 2 weeks ago, we had the Plane Striders Journal Kickstarter come to an end. And thank you so much for your support with that. That was really exciting to see everyone be excited for it. So we put out the PDF version of that out there. We sent everybody the kind of draft we're working on, but we're currently still doing kind of edits. So I recently did a Kickstarter update letting you know about the errata we spotted that we're already updating and changing before it goes to print. And we've got a form in case you spot any errors or things like that. We've got a list of the ones that we've already found. So if you go there and see we've already got it, you don't have to repeat yourself telling us. But if you see something odd or have a question about rules clarification, you can do that on there. So you can check that out on there. Also, I took the opportunity whilst I was making that errata form to update the errata on the general Level Up site that we have for our books, because it was a little bit overwhelming. So what I've got here, so we've got the webpage, which is levelup5d.com/errata. And for each of the books, I've got a tab that you can click to open up. So if you're searching for a specific book for errata, it's there. Also, if you spot on something that's we haven't got listed that we're not aware of there's a form link so you can tell us about it. And then each month myself and Zin are going through that to just check that the PDFs are up to date, and we'll update the PDFs and resend them to you. And then any future print runs will have those changes in. So with errata, thank you so much for your help and things with that. We will be closing the errata for the Plane Striders Journal soon, because I'm currently speaking to printers and just finalizing the order for that. So that's all kind of coming together. If you missed it, or if you're like, well, I'm a backer and I haven't given you my address yet, that's very true. So we will have a backer kit being open, which is not open yet. So if you go there, it'll just it won't have anything on it. So but this will be the link here. So if you want to make a late pledge, you absolutely can, and we'll be opening that by the end of the month for the Kickstarter backers, so they can give us their addresses and you can tell us where to send your rewards, and you can choose any other add-ons or anything you'd like on there for the Plane Striders Journal. Before I did this end of it publishing, I always wondered why publishers spent so long after the Kickstarter closed, opening the backer kit. I was like, why not do it straight away? And there is a reason for that. The main reason is because the way that data transfers between Kickstarter and backer kit, the way it works is you need to wait for all the payments to kind of go through on Kickstarter, go through, fail, confirm, and then for Kickstarter to send us the funds. And then at that point, we can transfer the data. And Kickstarter takes about 2 weeks to collect your payments on the system. And then it takes about a week or so to transfer it to us. So it's at that point then that we'll open kind of the backer kit. And also backer kit, once we've created the pledge manager in that time, has to check and approve it for us. That when I say for us, I create the pledge manager. So if there's an error, it's my fault. So I get them to check my work and make sure that everything's working, so that when you, as the backers, go to use it, everything works properly and as it should and isn't confusing and awful. So we will be opening the backer kit for the Plane Striders Journal. So if you're a backer, be asking for your address then, and if you want to upgrade your pledge to the gorgeous collector's edition, you absolutely can. We've got this really nice purple, so the special editions are the same as the other ones that we always have, but we use different colored fake leather for them each time. We've got this really nice purple one, and it was actually slightly more expensive than the usual ones were because it's this specific color, but it just worked really well for the theme, so we kind of went for it. So I really hope you're excited to see that one. And enjoy it as much as we do. So that's our plans for the Plane Striders Journal. And if you missed that campaign, you can take a look there. Also, if you just want the collector's editions of our previous books, you can get it via that Kickstarter, because we are running very low on the original print runs for Adventurer's Guide and Trials and Treasures. And because it's the collector's editions, we're not going to print them ever again. So, and I think we have about 20 to 30 left of each of those ones, roughly, off the top of my head. So they may not be in the next Kickstarter campaign. So now would be the time if you wanted them. But of course, we'll do reprints of the regular art covers, but the collector's editions, we make them collectors and we print them once and then they're gone. So that's how that works. But yes, so that's kind of all the fulfillment we're doing at the moment. So May is going to be really busy, as I say. So we're going to be sending out the Level Up A5e box sets. We're going to be sending out the Gate Pass Gazette. For Playing Strategies Journals, as I mentioned, we'll have the back kit open till May, and we're planning for books to be with you in August of this year, as we originally said on the Kickstarter. But every month on the Kickstarter, I'll send you an update with fulfillment. And as always, I said, you can always just send me an email directly on Kickstarter or to the admin inbox that we have at EN Publishing. And I'll do my best to get back to you as quick as possible. So what's next in 2024? As well as fulfilling all these books that we've already rewritten, we have more plans and more things that we're doing. So first of all, right now, this very moment, we have a Kickstarter live, which I'm very excited about because I kind of picked out this collection myself just to toot my own horn, because we had some amazing articles that other people, we had some really talented writers and editors and artists that created all these different library content articles from our insider patrons. I've already seen, obviously, but A Night in the Library is currently live on Kickstarter. I'll link it in there. What this crowdfunding campaign is to create a softcover book of this collection for the first time, and it bundles them all. If you're an insider patron, obviously you have these PDFs already, so you know about it and speaking to the choir. But for those of you that are not and don't know about it, so A Night in the Library, it's for me, what I really like with D&D books is that often I have my own homebrew world and campaigns and stories going on. So I really like themes and items that I can just drop into my campaign, and it can fit in many places. And a library works in so many different campaigns, settings, worlds, a place with lots of books. We love it. So this book, it has 6 different new spell books. They have their own properties, different plot hooks and spells and things like that in there. So these can be things that you could just drop into your campaign that are just cool magic items to use. We have 11 different magical items as well that are all kind of library themed, so it's things you might find in the library, and they're nice and thematic, and some of them are a bit powerful, some of them are just kind of fun, and so it's things for your characters to explore, your players to explore when they're looking around the library. We also have 4 monsters which you could drop in your library, and they're all around the theme of books. So there's like a otherworldly celestial being that works in the service of knowledge, and then there's a monster that is just straight up like a pile of books come together as a sentient life form that will attack you. So there's a whole bunch of them there, which I hope you really enjoy. And we also have about 100 mundane and exotic books that you can have to populate your library with, so that your players can look through and have. And then it's also got a short adventure, and it's for players of 5th to 6th level is the idea. And it's given by the chief librarian of the city's university, so you can drop that into your campaign and your world and make it fit there. So it's kind of got a short adventure to have in. So if you're running a big campaign, this can be like their little side quest on their big mission to do in the library. If they choose to go to a library and explore it, you'll have that on hand ready to go. So I really hope you enjoy it, because I was really excited for this one. I love a little library adventure, and I hope you do too. But it's live on Kickstarter now. We're just opening this for 2 weeks, so I think there's about 10 days. There's 2 weeks left. Sorry. So there's 2 weeks left on it now, but it's live on Kickstarter. You can also pick up any of our other 5e kind of booklets that we have on there, and we have some really good value bundles on there as well. So you can check that out. And that's live right now. And our next 5e book we're going to have is High Level Adventures, which again we have on the Insider Patreon, which I'm talking about. But if you don't know what I'm talking about, if you go to the website here, EN5IDER. So it's a monthly Patreon where we create new content every week with new articles, and that can be new monsters, spells, classes, adventures, loads of stuff, D&D 5e content for you that's on there. So if you sign up to that, you will get access to the back library of, I think, over 500 different articles. So you'll have access to all of that to look through. But also on Kickstarter, we do collections of them that we curate by theme and then put out as books, just to give context for what we're doing with this. And our next one is High Level Adventures, because as we know, not many parties get beyond 10th level, but for the ones that do, there isn't as much adventure support. And so we had some high level adventures in the Insider Patreon archives. So I went through and I've got a load that they're kind of short adventures that would suit to between level 10 to 16. So again, very much in the same style as Night in the Library. The idea is that if you're running a big long-term campaign, these are things you can just drop in. And because these range from 10th to 16th level, you can just have them on hand for when situations arise that is kind of relevant. Like, for example, one of my favorite ones is if you have a TPK accidentally. And as somebody newly running games, this is something I fear, like accidentally killing the whole party when I don't mean to. It happens. But this adventure is really nice because it wakes them up along the River Styx, and then it gives them a chance on the adventure. They're exploring the underworld in the River Styx, and it gives them a chance to escape the hells and return back to life. So it gives you a nice out as a GM in case they accidentally die. And so that can actually be scaled anywhere between 3rd and 16th level. So that adventure, Searching the River Styx, is really nice to just have if you're running a long-term campaign to have in your back pocket in case they all do something stupid and die. We've all had a party do something and you're like, why would you do that? How can you possibly survive this? It doesn't matter now. You'll have an adventure ready to go to bring them back to life and in a more interesting way than having to go, and then a wizard saves you all. So something a bit interesting there. But it's got loads of different events in that, and that'll be the next Kickstarter campaign that we have coming out following A Night in the Library. And I may have a few others planned to dot throughout the year as well. So I hope you look forward to them. But as I mentioned, that is currently live. A Night in the Library is currently live on Kickstarter right now. So I'd love it if you could go take a look and give any support that you can. That would be so great. But also, Level Up A5e. So we are currently working on the much anticipated Void Runners Codex. It is now in layout. And we've been working on this book for a really long time. So this has been like years in the making. So this is using the Level Up A5e rules. So obviously backwards compatible with D&D 5e. And we're doing it sci-fi themed. So there's no magic in this book. You can, of course, use the Adventurer's Guide and genre mash and put magic in. But this is, just think of your favorite sci-fi, and this is creating content for that. We actually had so much content for this that we've had to split it across 3 books. So we have the Void Runners Codex itself, which has obviously all the character origins options. It has the information on how science and tech works and everything like that. We also have the Star Captain's Manual, which deals with spaceship combat, so that's its own book in itself. So this is something you can choose to have or not have. It depends on the flavor of sci-fi adventure you're having, but combat between starships is like a whole other thing to do. And I know some people in other sci-fi settings and other D&D settings haven't found like kind of the starship combat that they're quite happy with, and we hope that we provide this to you there. So it gives you something interesting to do for the whole party to make starship combats interesting and fun to play, which can be challenging to run with the existing 5e rule set and A5e rule set. But yes, so we have that coming out as well. And there's also an adventure, of course, which is called Escape from Death Planet. So it's a very cheerful and friendly place. But yeah, so we're going to be doing this as the deluxe version of this will be a nice 3-part collector's box set, which I'm speaking to the manufacturers about at the moment. I don't have any previews for you, but I'm going to get them soon. But we're working with the manufacturer to do something a bit creative and a bit different with it because it's sci-fi themed, so I'm very excited for that. We will also make all of the individual books available individually, so if you just want to get 1 or 2 to do that, and of course there'll be PDF versions of them as well. But yeah, we're really excited about the Void Runners Codex, and Russ has been editing it and reviewing the layout as well at the moment, and so of course we are doing lots of previews and information about it. So every couple of weeks on the Level Up A5e site, we're going to be doing previews, introducing it to you. So right now, the kind of introduction pages are available up on Level Up 5e news site. Put the link in the chat so you can have a look and find out more information. But we'll be doing information on that every kind of few weeks to give you the information on that. So yeah, the Void Runners Codex. Definitely, it's for sci-fi campaigns. So that will be coming out later this year. So you haven't missed it yet. It doesn't exist. That will be coming out in the summer of this year. Summer very vaguely. But yes, it is made for Level Up Advanced 5th edition. So it is compatible with D&D 5e because that system is backwards compatible. But yeah, so you can check that out there. So if you're running sci-fi. So that is the Void Runners Codex, which we're very excited about. But yes, so that'll be coming out in the summer. And so if you're at the UK Games Expo, again, that'll be the next event we're at. If you want to come and chat to Russ and the rest of the team about it, we'll happily talk to you about it for a very, very long time. But yes. Also, we have Split the Horde. This is our first board game. It's a card game we're doing. So you are adventurers, you've killed the mighty dragon, and now you are negotiating what you do with this pile of treasure. So you have to kind of trick, negotiate, and strategize your way to the treasure that your specific character wants. You're not really fighting over money because you're all going to be so rich, because look at the size of that pile of gold and that gorgeous artwork. But you're kind of negotiating for certain titles and positions you want. Like, how do you want bards to sing about your stories, you in their stories throughout the ages? So it's a card game that takes about 20 minutes. We're looking to try and keep that price round about, $15 or so. So it's going to be like a really fun little game to take out at conventions and play in between longer role-playing game sessions. Yeah, I'm so excited about it. We did some previews at AirCon, where we're at recently with the designer, and we're also going to be at the UK Games Expo previewing that, and that will be coming out in the third quarter of this year. So yeah, really excited for this board game as well. My background was in board game kind of manufacturing, and I used to run a board game cafe. So doing this project is something I'm kind of overseeing, and I'm really excited about. It's kind of a little bit of my baby at EM Publishing, so I'd love it if people would check that out and give that some support when that comes out. But next month, I'm hoping we might have an online version of the game, like not a virtual tabletop, because it's not quite the same. Yeah, it's a virtual tabletop, like Tabletopia and things like that. I want to get an online version of it so people can kind of try it out in advance to have a look at it. So I'm hoping maybe next month I will have some information on that for you. We are just finalising the artwork and the rule book. So yeah, very excited about that as well. Also, what I know a lot of you are here to hear about is the Monstrous Menagerie 2. So we all love the Monstrous Menagerie. What a great book. But yeah, so the Monstrous Menagerie, the reprints, we completely sold out of the original print run, and we're in our second print run. I'm probably going to need to do a third at some point for the first one, but the second one is coming later this year. So that's coming in the fourth quarter of this year. We have been handed the final draft of it literally this week, and artwork is starting to come in, so I have some previews of artwork here for you, which I'm not sure we've shown before. I'm not sure I'm allowed to, but I am. Yeah. So we have some artwork previews. So the art is so gorgeous. We have a new art and layout manager, Umut, who joined us last year, who's overseeing the art for this. So we have a more consistent art style throughout the whole book. So it's just going to be really gorgeous. And Paul Hughes, who did the first Monstrous Menagerie, also led the project for this one. So we have a team of amazing Level Up A5e designers. So yeah, I'm really excited about this book coming out, and that'll be coming out in the fourth quarter. We'll be putting some previews out of monsters and things now that we've got the final manuscript, because we're starting to get it to layout. So we'll do some previews of certain monsters so you can check out their stat blocks, and as well as see the art. And I'll have them for this for these monthly updates I'll be doing going forward. But yeah, really excited about the Monstrous Menagerie this year. They're kind of big Level Up A5e books we have. So any planned releases coming for What's Old is New? Well, the What's Old is New hardcover books are available on our website to buy now at empublishingrpg.com. So that'll be the What's Old is New, the 1.3 versions for old, new, and now. So they're available now. If you're talking about the specific box set for the What's Old is New, which is what you should want. This is the one I want. So we've just finished we finished fulfilling to Kickstarter backers in February, so I'm just double checking that everybody has their orders, but I'm planning to next month in May have them available on our website, and I'm currently sending stock to our distributors in the UK and across North America so that they have it available to send out to shops in May and June. But that'll be on our website next month. It's the plan for that, if you want to buy it directly from us, or if you want to get it from your local game store, you can request them to get it through distribution in the UK and the US. But yes, hopefully that answers your question. But yeah, so that's kind of what we've got planned coming up for the rest of the year in terms of kind of crowdfunding. Other stuff we've done, our website, speaking of which, empublishingrpg.com, has had a little facelift. You may notice the front page of the website, we changed it up. We've also changed up our product pages. We're just sorting out the tags and the filters for the search system to improve that a little bit, but the buttons are there, but some of the back end admin work just needs a bit of fixing. The idea is that you'll be able to search for specifics. You'll be able to go and be like, hey, I want a D&D book that has an adventure for this level, and it will filter through all those things for you and sort it out to make it a little bit more friendly. But also we've got the feature in there where you can review our books. I think you do need to have purchased it through our website because it needs to be a valid that you're a customer, that you bought it, so we can't get review bombed by random strangers. So if you have done it via Kickstarter, I'm not sure you'll be able to review via the site, but if you bought via the website, you will be able to give a review on there. We've already had some reviews come in, which is really nice. So if you bought a book from us and would like to give a review and let other people know what you thought, that would be great, because that always helps. I know that helps me if I'm looking at a new product and I don't know what it is. Seeing like other customers, reviews makes it feel a bit more valid, because the person selling to me is always going to tell me it's great. So, and I'm aware that I'm going to tell you I think it's great, but I'm aware you might think I'm slightly biased because I work for the company. So customer reviews are available up on there. So if you would like to leave a review, just give it a star rating or leave any comment. That would be really great. That would help other people find our products and what we do. Hopefully that'll be helpful for all of you as well. Like I say, the search system, there is some errors with it because we've just got some teething issues, but we are fixing it at the moment. We just basically need to go through all the products and tag them correctly, which is taking a long time because we have more than 1,000 on the site. So we're going through and doing that. So bear with us on the search system. It should work for most things, but if you find an error on there, we're aware and we're working through it now to make the filter system work a bit better for you. And as I already mentioned earlier as well, the errata site on the Level Up site, I've updated that so it's a little bit more user-friendly. So you can open up a specific book and Control F to check if your error's been found. And there's a form there that you can send to us if you'd like to report any issues that you have with it. Any plan to do so? Thinking more adventures like Dark Decade or a monster manual. So like new releases. Okay. So it's funny you mention that, because we are making plans for what we're going to work on this year to release next year. And we have, I don't know, have we publicly said this? We haven't committed to it, but we're thinking about a monster book for What's Old is New might be a good idea. I'm saying that cautiously because we haven't fully confirmed it internally, but I think that is the plan. Probably shouldn't say this on a public platform, but here we are. That's what I'm doing. But yes, but that will be a 2025 kind of release coming out, looking to do that for What's Old is New. So the new product for What's Old is New this year is the starter box set, which has 3 new adventures in it, as well as so there's 3 new adventures in the box set if you don't already have that. But yes, the idea for a monster manual is very much in the works, I believe. Hopefully I don't get told off for saying that later. But yes, so that is the main kind of updates that I have for us at EM Publishing. So if you have any more questions, let me know in the chat and I'll try and get through to them. But otherwise, as always, if you have any questions, you can always reach us on social media, on Kickstarter, the admin email. So if you have any questions that I don't get to go on there, then we can let you know about that there. How is work on the character builder going? Yes, so we've had someone employed to work on the character builder for us, because neither Russ nor myself can do the coding to achieve that. So we're hoping to get some previews up to you, which we'll put on the news site of the Level Up site. So the last I saw it, we had the base template. It wasn't designed to look pretty, but they had the base template for how that will work and the structure that they were just testing internally. The next plan is, once they're happy with that, because like I said, it's not us doing it at EM, we're hiring someone else to do it. So once they're happy with that, we want to do like a public rough test of it. But we will announce that on the Level Up news site when we have that ready. At the moment, there is a very basic like level 1 character builder on the site, which you can use, but we want to get the new one up and running. So we want to get that in a testing phase. I think there will be quite a long testing phase for that when we have it, just to make sure it's all correct, because as you know, with Level Up A5E, there's so many different options. Yes, that is being worked on. It has been being worked on all last month. And so I'll get us to do a news update on the site for that, to keep you updated on it. But thank you for asking. I'm assuming that was a character builder for Level Up A5E. is what you're talking about there. But yes, and in terms of keeping up to date with us and what we're doing as well, so thank you for coming along and watching the live stream. Every Monday I live stream Not D&D, which is a show where we talk about tabletop RPGs that are not Dungeons and Dragons, and I interview different creators, not games that we sell at EM Publishing, but just because tabletop RPGs are cool and I want you to hear all about the different ones that are out there. Also, if you want to keep up with the week's news, we have 2 shows that we do every week. This week in Tabletop RPG, I do the week's news in under 3 minutes. So me talking very fast like this, and that's available as a podcast or wherever you're watching this, also available in video format with pretty pictures. And then we also have Morris's unofficial Tabletop RPG Talk podcast, which you can listen to wherever fine podcasts are heard, which I'm a co-host on with obviously Morris and PJ Coffee as well. So we'll really talk about the week's news in Tabletop RPG to keep you updated. So yeah, if you want to keep up to date with what we're doing, we do have on our website a mailing list so we can direct message you when we've got new products launching. We have the news site on the Level Up page where we'll give you previews for upcoming products and keep you updated about the character builder. And also, I'll be back same time, same place next month on the 3rd Wednesday of the month to give you another update on how things are going. I'll probably be there going, oh my goodness, we are so busy doing all the fulfillment for all the things I told you about. But yeah, so I'll keep you updated on there. But if you have any questions between now and then, as I mentioned, send us a direct message on Kickstarter or send it to the admin inbox, and I'm happy to answer your questions if it's about any specific orders or backer things that you have there. But once again, thanks so much for your support of us as a company, because we are a small independent company, and without your support we wouldn't be able to make games and do all the cool things that we do. So really appreciate you coming on to watch and support, and look forward to speaking to you all again soon and hopefully playing some games together. Thanks very much, folks. Bye.